Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for a purpose, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
I think it was a beautiful day to watch Ashton. You know, you can just see what his talent is so obvious to me and to I'm sure everybody that's really watching him. He's just really hard to tackle, and guys just fall off him, and he just keeps striding on the pass one, but on the run too. Same situation. He's done it a numbers of times. It was great to see him have that much space, you know, to do his thing. The one just garbage play on the turnover right. They felt it coming and they rolled into it, and Geno tried to throw the ball in behind, you know, the corner that was sitting out there, and just didn't get it done, and they get a freaking touchdown out of the play. A huge play in the game, obviously, but it didn't deter our guys. This game for us, and it was really clear this week and last night and in the locker room today, was about how hard we would play and to demonstrate how much we love the game. And I thought that's what it showed, and I was thrilled to be able to say that to him in the locker room. You know, why would a team that's struggling like we're struggling play like that? And it's because of the character, it's because of their toughness, it's because of their love of the game and their willingness to just fight no matter what.
Was that kind of the blueprint of what you were kind of looking for the season on how to a winning formula?
Yeah, it very much was. The intensity that we played at throughout, that carried over from special teams and defense and offense, ability to run the football and make some plays happen there. That helps us in all ways. But I thought most of all it was the intent of the guys to show, you know, who we are, and I was really fired up about that part of it.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
All right.
All right. You know I was going to have to do that. You knew the minute I see Pete Carroll. I don't believe a word that comes out of that man's fucking mouth.
It's all about tradition. And that's what today is. Asylum, speaking of tradition, you know it is Christmas. So we got to go and light up the lights. So please, can you light up the lights, please? Oh, yeah. Look at that. See, we lit it up right now. All right, Asylum. It is Christmas Eve, and for those who are watching, we appreciate you guys. For those who are watching, it is Christmas Eve. Everyone's getting ready for their thing they got to do tonight. But, of course, the one thing that we got to do first before we do anything else is Asylum. We got to do the CMN News special holiday edition. Please, Asylum, let's get that going, and then we're going to get to the real show. All right, here we go, Asylum. CMN, let's go.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
Hello, this is Asylum Burgundy at the Al Davis News Desk for your Cage Match News Update. What can I say about this game besides 15 weeks too late? The Raiders were going against the #1 defense in the Houston Texans, but they looked like a professional football team, finally. But of course, Mr. This is why they pay me the big bucks returned to the starting lineup and also wanted us to remember just how generous he is. Welcome back. Good job, Geno. This is sarcasm, by the way.
Stingley Jr. like, yeah, I'll take that one and I'll return it. Thank you, Geno.
Oh, don't look surprised. Don't you guys know it's Christmas Eve? I'm trying to be good. Let's go and start again so we can all finish and go home. Welcome and Merry Christmas. Is that supposed to be me? How about I bend over under a mistletoe so you guys can kiss my Ashton Jeanty had a remember me game as he showed how dangerous he could be. Here's both explosive highlights with DP action. What do you mean I can't say DP action? I meant double play like both plays on the screen. Get your mind out the gutter. Pete Carroll was acting like he was no longer on the Raiders' naughty list as he was celebrating a moral victory. I guess you could say he was Pete Carolling. You know, like Christmas carolers? Oh, shut up. That was funny. Bunch of haters. Anyways, is Pete's Christmas wish to stay and rebuild the Raiders?
Do you want to see this rebuild through?
I would love to. You know, I would love it. It's going to be challenging. It's a taxing challenge for us. But yeah, I really like this place and I like this team and I love working with Johnny and
yeah. As you talk about a rebuild, like young players making plays.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this rebuild thing. Okay, please. I don't just. You said it. I agreed with you. I shouldn't have. Okay.
But someone else is asking Santa for the same thing.
We had a hell of a team going there, and it got blown up. It's a shame. They haven't been back since. So
no, we
maybe Del Rio should be back with the Raiders.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All you got to do is think about John Madden.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything John Madden was about, and Al Davis and what the Raiders have been about, is going out there and kicking some a physical team, something the fans can be proud of, and they're not putting that out right now, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, wow. I think we have Santa via satellite.
Good evening, Asylum Burgundy. Ho, ho, ho!
You sound funny. Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm fighting a cold. Even we can get sick in the North Pole.
How are the deliveries going?
The deliveries are going great.
And where are you at now?
I'm at an area where there's snow. You know I can't disclose that information.
Well, did I make the nice list?
Sorry, Burgundy. You're on top of the naughty list. In fact, we now call it the Burgundy list.
Wait, the what?
It's its own list of all the bad things you've done. For example, you are constantly intoxicated on camera. You say bad words. You are very destructive on set. You also stole the golden idol from the Chiefs, then set fire to it and portrayed me, Andy Reid, as a boulder.
I knew it. You're not Santa. You're Andy Reid.
No, I'm not. You are.
Oh, I'm late for the Christmas party. Gotta go. Hey, Lucy, if you let me kick it, I won't miss. Ouch! I meant the football.
I thought he looked a lot like Andy Reid too, damn it. I thought he did. Oh my God, that has to be the best one. I'm fucking loving that one. Oh, we renamed it to the Burgundy list. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Good job. Best one yet.
CNN Christmas special. All right. We're here for a reason, and we got Miss Peggy. That is our Christmas gift to everyone. Is Miss Peggy? So let's roll out the red carpet on that one. Okay, here we go.
Hold on.
You ready?
You got it. Hold on. I gotta find it.
Oh yeah.
There it is. I found it. We're good.
Let's roll it. I wanted to keep the Christmas background. So, hello, Miss Peggy.
Oh. No sound. What happened?
Where's sound? Wait. Did she mute?
Mute the mic.
She jinxed it. No, it's not that.
It's saying the mic is mute on this end. There we go.
There goes.
I got you.
Now, Merry Christmas, everybody, and I'm still doing my Charlie Brown dance right from Cage Match News, one of my favorite segments. Well, hello, everybody, and today we are I was hoping that we could just talk about Santa. I think our Cage Match did a great recap of the game, so we don't need to go over what happened in the game, but I do think it's about time we start talking about 2026.
Yes.
And
yes, I agree.
Slipping down the chimney, I think it's really time. And I wanted to start, guys, by asking the audience and both of you, name the top 5 positions that we absolutely need to upgrade at. In no particular order, but you can do that. And Asylum, I want you to start. I want to hear 5 position holes before we start drafting and putting free agents in.
Offensive line, and offensive line.
Well,
do they? I mean,
we can all go home now.
Offensive line, quarterback, and throwing a wide receiver for good.
Okay,
good juju. But I mean, my first 5 are going to be offensive line. Let's fix this offensive line.
All right, now first, what about you, Savage? 5 position holes that you want filled.
Of course, offensive line, linebacker, DB, like safety, DB. We'll just say DB. Receiver. What is that for?
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line.
Okay, so now we have the 5, and I'm like with you, Asylum. I mean, so much attention. The offensive line has been neglected for the last 4 years. But now here's the second question coming right up on that. Free agency or draft. I'm of the opinion that a rookie can't help me at certain positions. On the offensive line, there has to be instant impact. We have no choice. Now we must go to the free agent market. But what's your thought, Asylum? You said O-line, quarterback.
O-line. I mean, no, I agree. You're going to have to go offensive line. You're going to use the draft in order to what's the word I'm looking for? For the depth. That's the word I'm looking for. You're using the draft for your depth players and your future. So, to fix the O-line, the only way to do it quickly and be able to be manageable, you have to do it in the free agency. It has to be free agency. Yes, you could draft your guys, get them taught up, but it has to be free agency to fix these massive, holes, whatever you want to call it, this massive neglect. I mean,
they're massive holes. They're massive holes because the defensive lineman.
It's not only neglect. Somebody needs to go to jail for it. Anybody that's coaching football, managing football, knows the offensive line is the engine of the offense, without which it cannot run. I don't
Games
care.
are won and lost in the trenches. It's always been said. Games are won and lost in the trenches. That's your offensive and defensive line. The trenches.
The trenches. And why do in the world, Ericka, I hear you about your edge help for Max, but right now we're talking about whether to fill those O-line gaps with free agents or draft. And this is a critical decision that has to be made in the Raider front office because they screwed it up off season this year. They have screwed it up off season 2024 when Telesco was here. And they screwed it up when Ziegler was here. They still didn't understand what we know and what Joe Gibbs proved over 40 years ago. And the rest of the NFL, there are still so many doubters out here. If I have an all-pro O-line, I can put any quarterback or any running back behind it or any set of wide receivers out there, and I'm going to win Super Bowls. I'm going to win a lot of games. Why is it that people don't get? Forget about your quarterback. You need to get that O-line in shape. It is the number one position on offense. Now, Savage, talk to me about, we got to go to free agency for the guards and the center. I cannot see how another rookie in at guard or at center. Those two guard positions in center have to be free agents. But
I would get, if they're not going to groom JPJ as a center, because I know he wants to go back to center. Asylum likes him at guard. As long
to be fair, I was given with what we had.
Yeah,
I was given it with what we had when I put in the guard. That was the assignment. That was.
But you used the nastiness along the field, not just in the middle, but go around and go and smack a linebacker around, which I like that. But
wait a minute, that's assuming they even get that far downfield, which they don't. Okay.
Yeah. Because they get hung up at the defensive line.
They're usually being pushed backwards into the quarterback. So we don't make no contact with no linebacker, right? That assumes, right, that they're pulling or doing something to get past their man and actually open up a hole. But we are at a critical point, and I want to stay here and talk about the Raiders front office being able to acquire free agents. That's a major problem here. And if anybody who doesn't see it, Raider Nation, you need to go back and look at what the rest of the NFL saw by the way Carr was treated. After 9 loyal years, the man couldn't even come in the building the last 2 games of the season. Really? By the way Devontae Adams was treated, by the way Jacoby Myers, by the way who the Jags found the money for to give him his 3-year extension, and he only played 4 games for him.
And he got like what 4 or 5 touchdowns in those 3 games when he had none this year.
Yeah.
Didn't even know the playbook, but that's the kind of guy Jacoby Myers. The one thing that impressed me about him was his intelligence. But the second thing, he may not have had the athletic skills that everybody was looking for, but those people that kept saying, he's not a number one. No, he's our number one, and y'all heard me say it. He was the best receiver we had on the roster. But the important thing is people saw the way we treated him. Players around the league are what they see, the revolving door of coaches and GMs. What must they be thinking about the Raiders Asylum?
Well, I mean, you've talked about this a lot. You know, they look into that when it comes time to go. So they're going to look at the Raiders as one of 2 ways. A destination I don't want to go to, or a destination where I can make the big bucks.
Either way.
That's what it's going to take in order for them to sign with the Raiders. They're going to say, back up that Brinks truck, just bring it this way, and I'll put it right here.
Man,
right here.
I mean, and Savage. I mean, what happens to us? What historically has happened when we back up the Brinks truck and pay them all this money, aka Christian Wilkins? What happens to us?
We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened with the whole thing and if he won his case or not. With but it's a lot of mystery behind the walls, behind the scenes, but it festers out to dysfunction. Don't go over there; it could ruin your career. Don't go over there because it's worse now. It's worse now with a nice stadium, nice facility than it was to Oakland Coliseum with the dirt infield and the Alameda
Oakland Coliseum. Damn
Hey, I love the Coliseum.
On my Oakland Coliseum, damn it!
It's not me saying that. That's the league saying that.
Right, though. It's worse now because the Raiders have now messed over people's careers, their contracts, and they can't keep the number one
their perception.
The stability.
The best way to put it is the Raiders have been a destination where careers come to die.
Or to make them bucks. The easy
And
way.
I mean, it's one of those. We're speaking the truth here. We all know how it's been, how it's gone, and the three of us here, I think we all on this panel know exactly what it's going to take in order to turn things around, and that's where things are going to be going because that's the divide in Raider Nation is the belief on what it's going to take to turn it around. You got a lot of people who believe, hey, and I know, Peggy, plug your ears, you're not going to like the sound of this, a rookie quarterback is going to be the answer to turn things around. It's going to be that one person that it takes to turn things around. And we know it is not just one person. It is not just, and trust me, you've all heard me numerous times. All I preach on this damn channel has been consistency. I don't want to go, but I'm ready to blow up everything. GM got to go. Head coach got to go. Quarterback got to go. Front office got to go. Blow it up, and let's get the right people in position. Like Peggy has said numerous times, bring in a GM who has the experience as a GM and ain't going to let a head coach
run him.
Shit, right?
Well, hey, I have the timeline of just this year alone of all the dysfunction right here. I put this together myself. Yep, as of January 22nd, Spytek got hired. The 25th, 3 days later, Pete Carroll got hired. Chip Kelly got hired the week after that. And then here comes the nepotism. Brandon Carroll, Nate Carroll comes in. Geno Smith was traded for a 5th-round pick on the 13th. He got his new contract, 2 years, $66.5 million guaranteed. The week after that, Jermaine Pratt came in. He was signed. We picked him up real quick after the Bengals let him go. Christian Wilkins was let go right after that on the 24th in July. Still trying to figure out exactly what happened with that whole thing. Then little dispute, whatever happened in the locker room after a couple games. Jermaine Pratt somehow find himself as a released free agent, goes to the Colts, doing great over there. And then the scapegoats, Tom McMahon was fired. Then Chip Kelly was fired last month. And at the end of the week 15, at the end of it, NFL rankings, Geno Smith, the 29th quarterback in the league. Offensive line is second to last. The last one is the Browns. And our rushing offense is very last in the league with a 2-12 record, tied for the worst. And we are in the second space the second pick for the draft. So this is just all this year.
I want to answer Jason Downs right here.
Yeah.
Okay. The comment, changing the front office is the worst move we can make. Jason Downs, this is a front office that has been in play for the minimum of the last 10 years. So tell me how that's the wrong move to make when it hasn't worked for the last 10 years. We need to make changes where changes have not been made before because it is not working now.
Right. And let me go further with that. Again, and we talked about this off stage. The Raider fans still do not understand the function of a GM because we had the NFL's best GM for 44 years. The job of a GM is to run the franchise. He gives the vision, he drafts the talent to make that vision happen, and then he tells the head coach, you coach these guys. Tell me what you need, but you don't run nothing in this front office. The Raiders have consistently gotten it backwards. They hire these weak sisters like Spytek who take orders from the head coach. That is the wrong model. It's a losing model.
I don't disagree with changing a GM every year is why our roster sucks. I believe we should have kept Tom Telesco. At least he was an experienced GM, giving him the chance. I don't disagree with that, but I'm talking about beyond the GM. When I say front office, I'm talking about all the other people that the GM is supposed to surround himself with. The problem is the GM's been brought in, and as that list is shown, other than Telesco, there's been no experience, so they let the head coaches run everything. Al Davis, Tom Telesco, only 2 experienced GMs we've had. Everybody since has not. First years, everything else. I agree. Changing year after year after year is a big problem. Mm-hmm. But again, who keeps bringing these guys in is the front office. These people have to change.
And the other part that the Raiders have done, and Savage's list was a list of people, you keep also bringing in GMs, right, that accompany the coach, like Dira, but buddy team. You cannot run us, and by the way, the GM has 0 experience. You cannot have the situation, a Gruden and a Mayock, a Ziegler and a McDaniels, a McKenzie, even with a Jack Del Rio. By the end of that relationship, Del Rio was dictating everything, including, unfortunately, the letting go of Musgrave. You cannot allow a head coach to make front office decisions. I keep saying it over and over again. Why we keep losing? We have the wrong model. Spytek should not be in that front office. He doesn't have enough experience, and Pete Carroll just overshadows him. How many things has Pete told him what to do? Sign Geno, right? Sign Geno to that extension. Don't worry about the O-line. My son will fix it. My son, the O-line coach. You don't have to go out in the field. Spytek takes orders from Pat Carroll. That's it.
and
what do we do for it? 2 wins.
The thing, and I know, I don't know. What I was going to say is that, so you have all these guys here. Hold on, let me get that other graphic.
But that's the point you're trying to make, Alex.
You get this draft picks.
Hire, not a Spytek hire.
You get these draft picks. Of course, you're going to start Ashton Jeanty. That's your overall number 6 pick. Besh barely got anything until later. Darian Porter started and then got replaced by Caillou Blue Kelly. We didn't see Caleb Rogers because he was not ready until like a few weeks ago, and he looked like the best. He looked like the best guy on the field.
He wasn't ready until injuries dictated he was ready.
Exactly.
Yes. Charles Grant, they use him more so as an extra offensive lineman, so he's kind of like a blocking tight end.
Agree with you, Alex.
Dante Thornton, they try to force feed him in the preseason. In the beginning of the season, you haven't seen him since. Tonka Hemingway, he's been in and out. Pegues, you only hear him. Tommy was let go. Cam Miller's on the practice squad, and Cody Lindenberg, I believe, is just special teams. So none of these guys outside of Jeanty. No.
He has been in here or there sporadically as a linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has.
I'm not.
Teams,
you're still missing my point. And so are the people out here that are not considering.
No, but I'm saying is
I don't care about Spytek's picks. That's not
no. But what I'm saying is that the GM is all like, hey, Pete, put my guys in to see how they are so we know what to do for next year. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's like you coach No, you pick the guys and I coach the players or whatever. But you would think that the GM would step in like, hey, Pete, okay, these guys that you keep playing, we're not playing for nothing. Play the guys we drafted so we know if we got to get other guys next year, because that's what we have right now with Spytek. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after the fact, because I'm used to us doing a whole new thing every league year. New coach, new GM, new quarterback, new just win, baby speech, new, I always wanted to be a Raider coach. This is a historic franchise with Al Davis. They have the same speaking lines. They all read all the same things. And then they get you all hyped up. And then we go on this, speaking of the roller coaster, on this roller coaster, we're more like on Drop Zone, though, if you know Great America down there in Santa Clara. Or like Drop Zone. We start up here and then shoo, down to the ground. Every year we do this. So
because we have the wrong model. You just in that last sentence that the last 2 minutes of what you just said have told me all the reasons why Spytek is the wrong person for the job. He allowed Pete Carroll to tell him, you said you should play my guys because I drafted them. No, that's not what a smart GM says. He says, you're going to play my guys because the guys you're playing aren't doing a good job.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Performance. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with who drafted them. If this is why you need a strong GM. A strong GM is a check and balance on Pete Carroll. Pete's son, the O-line coach, for example, Howie in Philly, you think Pete Carroll's son would still be here after the performance of that O-line? He would be gone. A strong GM would tell Pete, fire him now. And I don't want to hear anything about it. If you don't like it, you can go out the door with him. You see, that is the strength of an experienced GM, and it's what the Raiders have been lacking since Al Davis. Well, actually, the last 10 years of Al Davis, he wasn't doing his job because whatever, health, whatever the reasons were, but he had done such a great job in the other 30 years that people kind of forget about the last 10 years. It is the checking and balancing of a head coach. And those out there that think the GM is not supposed to tell the head coach what to do, you don't know football. And I'm going to say it to you right. You don't know what you're talking about. The GM most certainly does let the head coach know exactly his vision and to stay on target.
Alex, I'm going to disagree with this statement because apparently, I've said it before, apparently I'm that asshole. Because if I hired one of my kids, if I was a head coach and I hired one of my kids and they weren't doing their job, they'd be gone. I guarantee Brandon would have been gone. My kid, he would have been gone before Chip Kelly was gone.
No soup for you.
He would have been gone before the special teams coach was gone. So I get what you're trying to say there, but business is business, family is family. If I done hired my family, they're going to have the understanding. This is business. Whatever.
And I can't help you if the GM says you're fired. See, that's the other part of the equation. Pete is being allowed to be the last word. That's why his son is still here. Because Spytek don't run things. No way a strong GM in the Rams, Chiefs, no way and the 49ers. Let me wash my mouth out with soap here. But that's what I'm saying. Where you see a strong GM, there is no way Pete Carroll's son will survive. That's what tells me Pete is making decisions, not Spytek. That imbalance is why the Raiders lose and have lost the last 12 years, 13 years.
And the one thing I did notice from like last year that you would hear from Telesco. Telesco would hold, press conferences here and there. I haven't heard from Spytek since they were talking about when they signed. I haven't heard from Spytek when they signed Cooper, and then Cooper retired 9 days later. That's the last time I heard from Spytek.
I mean, what kind of front office goes out to get a guy thinking that he's going to help us, and then the guy surprises him and turns on him and says, nope, I don't want to be here. It's the same reason I blame Spytek for not getting us a decent wide receiver to start the season. Another wide receiver to go with Myers. That was a critical error, okay? It gave Geno no good targets. Right now, everybody's talking about Geno 15 interceptions. Quite frankly, I don't know who was responsible for some of those interceptions because our wide receiver core is so horrible.
I'll give you 80
horrible.
That is on Geno. I have seen too many in a clean pocket, bad decision making on Geno.
I don't care. I don't really care because he has bums for wide receivers. I don't really care what anybody thinks about it. I think that we need to look at the entire picture, the anatomy of an interception. There are two involved in that. I saw in that interception in Houston.
I would agree with you, Peggy.
Jeanty ran right by the receiver.
That is on the quarterback, not the receiver.
I saw Jeanty not stop and turn where Geno's ball thought he was going to turn, but he continued toward the sideline. Watch that play again. I have no idea whether Jeanty was supposed to stop at the spot where the ball went. He was supposed to be there. A lot of times passes, but I'm not going to make no excuses for Geno because he shouldn't be here either. That's another thing a strong PM would have made sure. No, I'm not going to give him a 3-year extension until we see whether he can play.
I 100% agree with that.
But we got a weak sister in that front office, guys. I've given you 5 separate examples of why he's a weak sister. Is he the one that you want to go out and try to convince free agents to come here? Is he the one that you really want to draft your next quarterback? Or in another wild scenario, guys, I'm getting ready to psychedelic scenario. Pete retires and Spytek has to pick the next head coach.
I mean, could he do any worse than Pete?
That weak, that knows nothing about the Raiders, that didn't do anything about the O-line or the wide receiver position in the offseason, that didn't push back on Pete Carroll to do something about his son, that didn't push back when Pete Carroll told him to give Geno a 3-year contract. All of those things. Is that the guy you want to make the decision?
Yeah, because one of the main things, like you said, Miss Peggy, because it carried over from last year, is that offensive line. The only offensive lineman we got was Kappa, who is now playing center, who hadn't played center since his rookie year in the preseason. Kappa had said, wasn't a great guard. That's what we got him here for, is dead piece for guard. But then he was over here competing with JPJ at guard. Well, it was the offensive line was one of the things that we needed to fix, and we didn't get nobody, no real veterans to come in for that.
No one. And you trust this guy to stay GM in 2026 and fix the O-line? Really? You really trust him?
No. I'm agreeing with you. I don't trust him.
I'm asking the audience out there, especially those people out there that think that we don't have a problem at GM. We have and it's been the Raiders' problem since Al Davis passed away.
It's all these first-time GMs, and it's the way they've gone about pairing a GM with a head coach.
Right.
It's been that. There's nothing wrong with giving a guy, maybe who deserves the chance as a GM to go. But you have to, generally when you do that, it's with an established coach who's already established everything going on and can turn around and work with this GM. Right now, we keep bringing in new GM, never done the job. Let's throw a coach with him. Now the coach is this whole...
The GM. The coach
gets to play GM because what's the GM do? Well, I'm only going to do what I know, and that's sit back and take advice. Because most of the time they have the one time we had an established GM, we had a hell of a draft.
Yeah.
Some of these players that we keep talking about going that we like came from that experienced GM. And we had a new head coach. I get it. A rookie head coach. But the GM was able to do his job and go. The coach failed because he did not do what he wanted to do on the field, and he allowed others, and when I say others, I'm going to assume his assistant coaches, to dictate what was happening because he got scared and was trying to replicate too much what happened before when all he was doing was making decisions. Hey, this is what's happening because what? My job's on the line. I might not have it next, at the end of the season anyways. So I was able to make these decisions based off what I was seeing. But then he got.
But let's examine the Telesco thing more closely. Once again, looking at the role of a GM as the one who runs the franchise, not the head coach. Telesco did not bring in a top quarterback. He brought a Minshew in.
Yeah.
Telesco did not do anything to upgrade that O-line, did not bring in one free agent. And the worst mistake Telesco made, he bought a Luke Getsy.
But I'll go this far.
Offensive coordinator.
I'll go this far, Peggy. Based off of 1 year of Telesco and 1 year of Spytech.
Oh yeah, well there's no question about that. Yeah, there's no. See, when you're looking at 2 straight years where you've had to replace the OC, that's a GM problem.
Yeah.
That is a GM problem, not a head coach. The head coach should not be running the front office.
And the point I was trying to make is Telesco didn't get his chance. I agree with you on the whole Minshew, everything that you said when it came to Telesco. But did he truly get a chance to start building this team?
He would have done it had he been given a chance. But the problem was they weren't sure how Telesco and Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll wanted to come in here and run the franchise. Why? Because he wanted to bring his sons in.
And then, but
Geno in. He wanted to bring inexperienced staffing assistants in, like the 2 quality control assistants.
Alex, this comment here. I'm sorry. Spytech is even weaker. Who did Spytech bring in during the season?
Nobody.
Kappa.
No. I'll go this far. Only Seattle players, because that's who Spytech. I'm sorry, Spytech. That's who Pete Carroll wanted. Former Seattle players. Telesco wasn't weak. He was in the process of a rebuild and understood what it took.
He thought he had time. He thought he had time.
Yeah, no, exactly. He had the time.
Stuck his nose. Once they decided they wanted Carroll, they were worried about the balance of power, how Carroll would work with a strong GM. The answer is he wouldn't.
Well, I want to.
You don't bring a Pete Carroll in.
I want to. This comment, it goes to what I was going to say. Because Jacob was sour because of the McDaniels thing, and it was just kind of like, nah, I'm not going to. No, and I know he said the organization didn't contact him, and vice versa. It was fingers pointing. We don't know, but it's the same thing.
Repeat of the Mac situation.
Look what happened.
Nobody wants to stay here. They don't want to stay.
The guys that we lost because we were transitioning to a new regime and everything like that. Spillane and Chason are and Marcus says went back to the Eagles, but Spillane and Chason over there, having trying to compete for the number 1 seed. Nate Hobbs, he's in sparingly, but he's doing great. Jack Jones is probably in this list, the only one that's not really having a great 2025. But guys moved on because there was no stability. We could have had Spillane, and then Spillane with Max Crosby on the defense. They led this defense. Now Max Crosby is Max Crosby.
On instead of a fucking Kuntz.
Wait a minute. I thought y'all all waiting for Kuntz to be healthy again. But in the time, hold on. In the time I have left, I want to revert back to what we were talking about. We're still talking to Santa, and we're still asking for things. Now, we've talked about the O-line. Let's talk about what one of our audience talked about, and that's that DT position. Because that's my second favorite position. And we've talked about the two guards and the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Let's talk about DT. Y'all, Max needs help.
Yes.
In case anybody isn't aware of it, Max may be playing his heart out, but he's not getting sacks. We need sacks. We need turnovers to start changing the balance of games. And we're not getting none of that from the defense. Why? Because we don't have a pass rush. We are now ranked 28th in sacks. And I don't know where we're going to finish. We're right back to where we were in 2020. Right back to where we were. We need sacks. The only way Max gets sacks is that he has a strong 1T DT right next to him that can both block, draw double coverage, very important, and can pressure that quarterback, collapse that pocket. Now, raise your hand if you think we're gonna get that from a rookie?
I don't even know what defense we're running anymore.
At this rate, we might as well take a chance. I mean, the possibilities there, but in all reality, no, it's not going to generally happen. Rookie needs time, especially a defensive line rookie needs that time to be able to learn, grow, and even Max was not Max Crosby in his first year.
That's correct. Not until Buckner came along. Buckner was the one that gave him his game, who, oh, by the way, because of a weak GM, Mayock, Gruden's butt buddy, allowed Buckner to be fired so Marinelli, Gruden's boy, could come in. We had come from 32nd in sacks in 2019. Under Buckner, we went up to 20th. After Buckner was fired, we dropped back down to 30th. Now, I'm just saying, this is something that has been a Raider problem. We need pressure. All the running around that Max did against Houston, we didn't have any sacks of Stroud. Zero.
Yeah.
We did not sack him once. Sacks change games. Sacks change the balance of power on the field. Sacks change momentum. Sack in drives. And that's the thing we're not getting this year from the defense that we got even in 2022, 23, and 24. We're just not getting them this year. Max needs help. He needs a 2T DT, and he's got to have it. And you're not getting it from a rookie. Didn't we draft two rookies this year? Tonka Hemingway, who by the way had his first sack 2 weeks ago. And Peggy. We drafted two DTs. How much help have they been?
Well, to be fair, how much time have they had to be in the game? Because we know Pete Carroll don't trust his fucking rookies.
Well, see, with the strong GM, we wouldn't even be talking about this because those guys would be on the field. They would have been on the field by the 8th game.
So you're saying is
your DTs were not performing and we weren't getting enough sacks. We weren't getting enough pressure on the quarterback. There would be no question that the rookies would be in. But
so you're saying is
Carroll is running the franchise. They didn't get no playing time.
If the GM don't have sacks, then we ain't gonna get sacks on the field because we don't know who we got on the roster because the GM ain't got no sacks to tell the coach, hey, get my guys in. Your guys are done. We don't need to see. They're not performing. I want to know how Cam Miller will look. I want to know how Peggy will look. I want to know how Hemingway have more of a game plan because what's working now, what you're using now is not working. Get the new guys in.
Not only that, I'm back to my DT as well. DT position again. We have 4 straight games. Last week was the first time we didn't give up 150 plus yards in rushing. We had 4 straight games where we gave up more than 150 yards rushing. The last 4 before Houston. That's a DT problem, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got to do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Santa, I want a free agent.
Well, yeah, and then of course, when the referees are allowing the guard and the tackle to chokehold Max, okay, then how come no one else is stepping up? Then
they did that to Mac too. We can't be crying about something we
no,
can't.
but I'm saying is that nobody else on the defensive line is really getting in there. So it's like, okay, well, Max can't do everything, especially if he's getting hogtied and chokehold. He can't do everything. So but nobody else is stepping up.
One of 4 guys.
I know you're not listening. I'm saying is they're not stepping up because if Max Crosby is going to be hogtied and everything, how can nobody else is stepping up? If that's your only guy playing on, well, then we're doomed. We're doomed.
Maybe they don't have that level of talent, which brings us back to why we wrote on our Santa wish list. I said a 1T or a 2T DT. I need a guy that's going to draw double coverage, that if you don't double cover him, he's going to either sack your quarterback or clog up 2 rushing lanes. The rushing lanes on either side of him. I know that's a tall list. I know that's a tall ask. It's not that many of them guys in the NFL, and anybody that has them is trying to keep them. Chris Jones, okay? They're trying to keep them.
You know, I missed the defensive line from, was it 2001 with Reagan Upshaw and Johnstone. And, you know, when they were knocking out quarterbacks, they were just knocking out quarterbacks left and right. They had like 7 straight games where they knocked out a quarterback, concussion and everything. I miss those days.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I mean, I want to see some legs, bro.
Glory days.
I want to see some ACL tears.
My only glory days.
I mean, I'm just saying to you that we're not even getting close enough to the quarterback to even give him reason to freeze. Now, Stroud was a little nervous out there, right, with Max lining up in different places. But just having Max is not going to help. This is one of the reasons why Khalil Mack left. You weren't getting him any help. He just wasn't getting any help. They were able to triple cover him, double cover him every single game because they didn't fear anybody else on the D-line. We're back to that position again. Only this time it's Max Crosby. And while we still have time, Santa, a wide receiver. Guys, y'all got to help me out here because I'm not happy with the idea that we're going to just draft the beast. It could happen. But once again, I think we're going to be forced to go out in the free agent market, and we're going to be up against the same problem. Nobody wants to come here.
Are there even free agents?
We're going to be forced to overpay. Like we did with the Warren Sapp, like we did with other players, we're going to have to overpay.
We have overpaid. I mean, but the problem with the overpaying is we still haven't fixed the problem because these guys just come for the money. How many times have we said that? And then they do a number on us. They either get hurt or they
decide not to play because they got the big money. So why do I got to put the effort in?
Risk my career, giving y'all 100%. Who are you? You're just the Raiders paying me. I'm going to get paid anyway, whether I play for you, whether I'm healthy or not. So this is the big dilemma for the front office. Now, if we had a Howie in the front office, I mean, he could probably figure that out. He would figure out a way. Of course, he'd have the right coach in place. He wouldn't have a Pete Carroll. There's no way.
No.
Anybody but the most desperate would have bought in a Pete Carroll. But we're desperate, so.
Yeah.
What was that?
We wouldn't have been desperate if we would have just stuck with continuity and given our relatively young coach a chance and see where things have gone. That's the problem. Again, I've said it. I know I'm contradicting myself this season. I'm going to admit it. I've always preached continuity. I preached it. But you know what? I'm done with this front office. I am done with this head coach. I am done with this coaching staff. I am done.
Now, I just want to give y'all some, on my way out, to give y'all some tantalizing names at free agent wide receiver for the 2026 season. Well, we got some old men out there. Thielen, Allen, Hopkins, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, we already got him.
Did I see him on down the bench somewhere?
We know we got him now.
Mike Evans is a free agent, but I don't think he's ever leaving Tampa Bay. What do you guys think? I don't. And see, we're getting him at 32 years old, 33 years old. I don't know. And he was hurt this year. Yeah. Zay Jones is out there. Remember him?
Yeah.
We had him. Hunter Renfrow is out there.
Bring him back.
Now I'm getting further down on the list. It's slim pickings. Oh, wait a minute. Hollywood Brown is out there.
Well, no, we know a tight end could take him out. That's okay.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know how pitiful the wide receiver free agent market is next year. Juju, Smith-Schuster, Christian Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Yes. Kirk to Enterprise, please. But see, guys, this is why I'm back to the GM again. He develops the talent. He drafts the talent. Then he has the coaching staff to develop it. And if they can't develop it, then he goes get another. He gets the talent. They're good judges of talent, and they're good judges of guys that really bring the talent. They just need to learn a system. But I'm telling you, this free agent market for 2026 looks bad. Now we're back to, can we trade for one?
No, I don't trust trading for receivers.
But wait a minute.
AB.
We got the number two. We got the number 2 pick, guys. Come on. We got some trade bait.
Like I don't trust number 1 overall quarterbacks. I don't trust traded receivers to come over here to the Raiders. We're all stuck in a situation here.
Yeah, we were, and see, that's why, Sandra, I can understand if you can't exactly bring us everything, but if you could just bring us a couple of guards and a DT.
I'm sorry, we gotta ask Joe Boo. We gotta ask Joe Boo because Santa. I need somebody stronger. We need Joe Boo to come in here and figure this out.
Joe Boo hasn't helped us all season.
What kind of liquor you been using in Joe Boo's bottle? See, that's the problem.
I've been doing whiskey. We know Joe Boo likes whiskey.
You're going to have to upgrade that whiskey. You're going to have to give him top shelf now. Top shelf.
I've been doing Hennessy.
Top shelf.
I mean, this is what the Raiders are faced with coming into 2026. We have a free agent market and a lot of positions that don't look that good. And like Asylum keeps saying, we're going to have to overpay them if, and a huge if, we can even convince them to come here. But some positions we can't draft. We need help immediately. And I would say guard, center, and wide receivers are the immediately. If anybody out there thinks that maybe stud DT, maybe I'll let y'all fool around with a draft pick there. And then we finally get down to quarterback. The last thing we're going to talk about. Some people think quarterback should be first round. I'm not even going to. The debate is so ludicrous to me that I think I'll let you two guys handle the whole question of the Raiders drafting a quarterback with the O-line from hell and no wide receivers.
I've made it clear. I don't want a quarterback in the first round. I don't think this is the year to draft your quarterback. You can wait another year to get some better prospects, but we have not had great experience in a first round draft with a quarterback.
No.
And the next thing is, do you trust Spytech to be the guy to make that choice?
I already told you. I wanted NASCAR. No, I don't trust Spytech for shit. I don't trust I tell you this much. If we still have Spytech and Carroll on the team and they draft a fucking quarterback, it will be a shit show. Quote me here right now. It will be a shit show.
And I again, we keep talking about bringing a rookie quarterback in to die. He's going to die here, dead, stinking, and buried, as long as we don't drastically improve the O-line. The O-line needs so much help. We're talking about 3 free agents, 2 guards and a center to fix it. Then we're talking about a wide receiver core that the free agent market doesn't look too good, which means we're going to have to draft more wide receivers. We already drafted 2 projects this year. We need instant impact. And that rookie has to have somebody. And then, of course, goes without saying, you got Jeanty behind him. But what good is a Jeanty if A, you won't give him the ball. Jeanty needs the ball 20 times a game plus.
That's what I've been saying.
That and B, you don't have an O-line to block for him anyway. Why would you bring a rookie quarterback in here to die? And that's how I'm going to leave it. I got to run. It's Santa. We are texting you. We've been texting Santa. I mean, he's like, I don't know how I'm going to mess it. I don't know how I'm going to give them what they want.
Hey, hold on. Santa only usually brings you one good present. The rest are fillers. So you got to be careful what you ask from Santa.
All I say is we must be on the naughty list because all we keep getting is coal. But what we do with that coal, we have great tailgates. Use that in the barbecue.
Anyway,
Jason, I'm just saying wait 1 year. I'm not saying keep waiting. I'm saying wait 1 year. Next year's draft has a lot better choices.
Give him the quarterback so he can come in here and we can bury him under that piss poor O-line and them no route running receivers. Go ahead, bring them in. Just like I said, go ahead, play Kenny Pickett. I wanted him to play. We hate Geno. Yeah, you saw the alternative to Geno. Yeah, Geno throws picks, but you're not going to have 75 yards of offense either. Anyway, we'll talk again in the new year. I'll be back in 2 weeks. And thank you, everybody, for your wonderful suggestions. And I won't see you. Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye. Wait, where? Oh, well.
She ain't giving us a chance. Hold on, where's the pay? Barely had a chance to find it. Shit.
I know. We have 10 people here. And I want to play it again. Who wants to watch CMN? Who didn't watch it?
Who hasn't seen the CMN? It was a good one.
Let's just play it anyways. One more time.
Ready?
Yes.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
Hello, this is Asylum Burgundy at the Al Davis News Desk for your Cage Match News Update. What can I say about this game besides 15 weeks too late? The Raiders were going against the #1 defense in the Houston Texans, but they looked like a professional football team, finally. But of course, Mr. This is why they pay me the big bucks returned to the starting lineup and also wanted us to remember just how generous he is. Welcome back. Good job, Geno. This is sarcasm, by the way.
Stingley Jr. like, yeah, I'll take that one and I'll return it. Thank you, Geno.
Oh, don't look surprised. Don't you guys know it's Christmas Eve? I'm trying to be good. Let's go and start again so we can all finish and go home. Welcome and Merry Christmas. Is that supposed to be me? How about I bend over under a mistletoe so you guys can kiss my Ashton Jeanty had a remember me game as he showed how dangerous he could be. Here's both explosive highlights with DP action. What do you mean I can't say DP action? I meant double play like both plays on the screen. Get your mind out the gutter. Pete Carroll was acting like he was no longer on the Raiders' naughty list as he was celebrating a moral victory. I guess you could say he was Pete Carolling. You know, like Christmas carolers? Oh, shut up. That was funny. Bunch of haters. Anyways, is Pete's Christmas wish to stay and rebuild the Raiders?
Do you want to see this rebuild through?
I would love to. You know, I would love it. It's going to be it's going to be challenging. It's a taxing challenge for us. But yeah, I really like this place and I like this team and I love working with Johnny and
as you talk about a rebuild, like young players making plays.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this rebuild thing. Okay, please. I don't just. You said it. I agreed with you. I shouldn't have. Okay.
But someone else is asking Santa for the same thing.
We had a hell of a team going there, and it got blown up. It's a shame. They haven't been back since. So
no, we
maybe Del Rio should be back with the Raiders.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
All you got to do is think about John Madden.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything John Madden was about, and Al Davis and what the Raiders have been about, is going out there and kicking some a physical team, something the fans can be proud of, and they're not putting that out right now, and it's a shame.
What was that? Oh, wow. I think we have Santa via satellite.
Good evening, Asylum Burgundy. Ho, ho, ho.
You sound funny. Are you okay?
Sorry, I'm fighting a cold. Even we can get sick in the North Pole.
How are the deliveries going?
The deliveries are going great.
And where are you at now?
I'm at an area where there's snow. You know I can't disclose that information.
Well, did I make the nice list?
Sorry, Burgundy. You're on top of the naughty list. In fact, we now call it the Burgundy list.
Wait, the what?
It's its own list of all the bad things you've done. For example, you are constantly intoxicated on camera. You say bad words. You are very destructive on set. You also stole the golden idol from the Chiefs, then set fire to it and portrayed me, I mean Andy Reid, as a boulder.
I knew it. You're not Santa. You're Andy Reid.
No, I'm not. You are.
Oh, I'm late for the Christmas party. Gotta go. Hey, Lucy, if you let me kick it, I won't miss. Ouch! I meant the football.
Does it really irritate you when you hear talk about the number one pick being on the line?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the pick. Like, to be honest, I don't play for that. That's not my job. My job is to be the best defensive end in the world, and that's what I focus on every day. And being a great leader, and being an influence, and being being that guy on a consistent basis for my team. So, yeah, that's their job. That's the front office, the coaches, that they do that. But that's got nothing to do with me. I've learned that lesson in the past. I'm not trying to. You can't control everything, and that's not my job description. My job is to be the best in the world at what I do, and that's wrecking the game.
Right there, Max Crosby, who was also named, him and Brock Bowers, who they came out this morning. I saw it in the comments that Brock Bowers is out for the rest of the season. The tank is on, they said. The tank is on. But Max Crosby says, no, because the whole AP thing, I don't care about no first round pick. I'm just here to play football.
That's my job. That's what I'm doing. And now he's in his fifth straight year of going into the Pro Bowl, 73 tackles, 45 solo, 28 assists, 28 tackles for loss, which is second in the league behind only, I'm forgetting his name. Dude from the Browns. I forget his name right now. 10 sacks, 1 interception. Myles Garrett and 2 forced fumbles. Asylum, I mean, Max Crosby, he's saying is we don't care about no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 things. First of all, the only thing that CMN was missing, instead of the cookie, it should have been a chicky nugget. But I knew that was him from the get-go. But I mean, I agree 100% with Max Crosby. Fuck the number 1 pick. Stop talking about it. This is football. This is the NFL. You're focused on wins. You're not focused on the number 1 motherfucking pick. That's what it should be about. Yes, you may be in the running. This all started with the suck for luck and the Colts, right? This is where this all started. And every year it seems like to be, after that, it's been let's suck for this. Let's suck for that. First of all, not everybody's going to have certain talents going. Let's stop this shit because winning cares more than the number 1 fucking draft pick. Constantly being in that top 10 is the last thing you fucking want to do. You're supposed to be there once, get that game-changing player, and then be out of it for a while and be in there in the top, in the 20s, in the 30s. That's the goal. So stop worrying about the number 1 pick. I've heard it for the last 5 fucking years. Number one. Fuck that bullshit. It's done with. Let's build the team the right fucking way.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Get in there. It happens. Every team has bad years. Right? I mean, it happens. Things just don't work out. So you get that top pick. You get that guy. Next thing you know, he's that generational player. You didn't even know, things going. But you have the cores around everybody else. And focusing on this number 1 pick year after year after year is part of the fucking problem with the Raiders. We're constantly in the top fucking 5, 6, 7. Sometimes, we'll just say top 10, period. Right?
Yeah.
It's getting fucking old.
Asylum is asyluming. Well, going what you said, suck for this, suck for that. First, I want to say, you usually got to pay extra for that kind of action, Cotton.
Hey, hold on. I love Asylum Burgundy. Let me bend over under a mistletoe so you can kiss my fucking ass. All right? I'm going to claw them right here. This is what it comes down to. I mean, we want better for the team. And I know there's a lot of us. We've done it today with people in the chat. People have different views on how to fix the team. And there is nothing wrong with that. 100%. Everybody's way of trying to fix, there's a legitimate, legitimacy to the wants and everything going there. I'm not saying on my way's the right way. It's just what I see. Peggy's way is what she sees. Savage's way is what he sees. Jeff's way, Alex's way.
Jason Downs, all of them.
Jason Downs.
Vincent.
I don't want people to feel just because we all feel differently on how to fix this team that we're discrediting your way. Right? That's the big thing. But at the end, aren't you guys tired of picking in the top 5? Are you tired of picking in the top 10? Aren't you tired of seeing loss after loss after fucking loss? So let's worry about wins. Who gives a fuck if we win the next 2 games and we pick 5th? Who gives a flying fuck? If you're at 5th, you pick the best player that's going to help your team. Whether it be quarterback, whether it be this. But we got to get the other parts clicking as well. The coaching, the GM, the front office. There's a lot more in this picture, and everyone wants, and Peggy's been talking about this. Everyone wants to focus on just the players. And yes, Players help. Geno is not the fucking answer. I think
No.
we agree on that. Pete Carroll is not the fucking answer. John Spytek is not the answer. That offensive line is not the answer. Now, I saw a comment in here talking about JPJ.
So let's go.
Please, that boy's going to stay on the team. Unless Pete Carroll, and I'll say this now, unless Pete Carroll's head coach. Pete Carroll's head coach next year, JPJ's gone. He will be traded. Pete Carroll has an issue with JPJ. I don't know what it is, but he will be gone. Hot take, whatever you want to fucking call it. You know, it's going to happen. JPJ is a staple on this offensive line. Center, whatever the fuck he's going to end up playing, he has the talent. We have, what was it, Rogers, who's been playing?
Caleb Rogers, yeah.
Right? He's proven some stuff. Okay? There's possibilities here, great depth piece, everything else. We do need the help on the offensive line. But let's focus on the shit that's broken instead of just focusing on this is what I want, this is the way things go. No, let's fix the front office. Let's fix the head coaching. And then I will go back to preaching once Pete Carroll's gone, continuity and giving the head coach his 5 years to rebuild the fucking team. You never were going to get 5 years out of Pete Carroll. I said this before he was hired. I said this after he was hired. Pete Carroll, you were never going to get your rebuild out of. Because the minute he was gone, it was a rebuild again. And
all we've been doing
is my opinion on that situation.
Do you want to hear about the whole thing with Pete Carroll talking about why he wants to rebuild? No.
You know what's going to be playing afterwards.
Well, let's just whatever. Well, I'm giving no. We don't have to. I'm asking you. Do you?
No, we can play it. I'm just going to say,
okay.
You know what comes afterwards.
Yeah, I know. All right, here we go.
You mentioned your guys fighting, scratching, going at it, no giving up. You're the same guy today as you were in training camps. It fired the enthusiasm. You mentioned Monday, Pete, about this appearing to be a rebuild. Do you want to see this rebuild through?
I would love to. You know, I would love it. It's going to be it's going to be challenging. It's a taxing challenge for us. But I really like this place and I like this team and I love working with Johnny and it's just mapping it out and putting it together and making sure that we bring people in that can really help us and challenge and compete with the guys that we have and just let that whole process take shape. It's just unfortunate that there's not 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 wins in here that should have accompanied this season right now, you know, and it blows me away that this is the situation that we're in because I have no space in my brain for this.
Starting Geno fucking.
You know, maybe it had to be this hard. I don't know. We'll see.
As you talk about a rebuild, like young players making plays.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this rebuild thing. Okay, please. I know. Just you said it. I agreed with you. I shouldn't have. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
Players making plays like that, and the guys that you do have, the talent that you do have on offense. How important is that just going forward?
I don't want to talk about it because I'm not going to.
It's crucially important as long as it keeps us competing, and that means it brings out the best in them, the young guys, and brings out the best in the guys that don't let them emerge. You know, and that's the whole makeup of what we're all about, and it brings out the best in all of us. So you know, we're rebuilding with the same guys. We ain't getting no other players. You know, we got the guys we have here. We have to continue to build and make this thing happen and come together. Games like this show you why we believe in that, and gives them the understanding, the clarity, and everybody that watches this, you know, and so that's why I like this game.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
Now,
I can agree with this statement 100% right here, Alex.
Now,
I can agree with that.
Peggy said, let's go into a dreams, whatever she said, the whole psychedelic.
She said it's going to an acid trip.
Okay. We're going to go on an acid trip right now. Okay, Sodom. Now, in the CMN, there was
a clip.
Jack Del Rio.
I love that idea, though, right now. Right? Del Rio already rebuilt the Raiders once.
Well, wait, let me play, because I'll play the full thing. I'll play the full thing of when he was talking about the Raiders and his assessment of Pete Carroll and everything, whatever. And then I have a question after that. Let's, whatever. So here we go.
Y'all just trying to set me up to go off. That's all.
Let's move on to a
that's fine.
subject that's real sore here in Las Vegas, and it's actually not good, as you know. You grew up, a lot of people don't know this, but you grew up a Raiders fan from Northern California.
Hayward.
Had the accomplishment of coaching your childhood football team. I worked for you in Oakland with the Raiders. Period. End story. What the heck is going on with the Raiders? What's the problem? There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And we want to be nice to Pete, but we also have to be honest too.
No, I know. And if look, you're asking me my opinion. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not trying to crush the guy or anything. But it's a little bit to me. They're not really, I talk about buy-in. I don't see or feel the buy-in from his messaging,
Yeah.
And Pete's always had kind of more of a collegiate, kind of a raw type of mentality, and I don't know that fits the Raiders. The Raiders are, John Madden doesn't care about rules. Just go out there and kick somebody's. I mean, that's what the Raiders are about.
I didn't censor him.
And that's what they were.
I didn't censor him.
There. So we we were together there in Oakland.
Oh yeah.
Our teams were physical.
Yeah, we were beating some people up. Yeah.
Yeah, and and to me, it starts in the trenches. They have a lot of work to do, man. And heck, they're finally playing the offensive lineman. They finally put him in the game.
Oh, I know.
Like, he hadn't played the whole year. A draft pick. That's just crazy to me.
Well, not just him, Jack, but a lot of their young players. They were out of the play. They were the first team eliminated from.
What you say about that, Seahawks?
And they're still not playing some of the young guys to see if that's where they're going in the future. I mean, it's shaky, man. It's not good, but
yeah. Raiders.
Recently get good, and somebody's got something to say. Talking out their asshole.
The way he did, when he did, he just was in so much in love with Grudog.
No line about ass.
He couldn't help himself, but he was honest the whole time. He told me if I could ever get Gruden, that's what I'm going to do. So I mean, it's not like he was, behind my back, not being honest about it. That's the guy he really wanted. He got him. Unfortunately, John didn't do what we did. I mean, we had a hell of a team going there, and it got blown up. It's a shame. They haven't been back since. So
we
maybe Del Rio should be back with the Raiders.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. I agree. You don't want to bring nothing against Josh McDaniel. He's doing a great job in New England, but that mentality, that kind of persona, like you're saying, that personality doesn't fit with the Raiders. Josh is a nice guy,
Yeah. No, you got to all you got to do is think about John Madden.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything John Madden was about, and Al Davis and what the Raiders have been about, is going out there and kicking some a physical team, something the fans can be proud of, and they're not putting that out right now, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
All right, Asylum. I'm gonna ask you this, Kay. I know we talked about no retreads or whatever and all that, whatever. Okay, but let's say we need somebody to come in here, and we need somebody to be that guy who's done it before, who understands the culture, the Raider fans and all that. Jack Del Rio grew up Raider fan, Hayward, California. Parents were season ticket holders and everything like that. But then you also got another guy who wants to come back, Chucky Part 3. If you had to choose between, now I'm saying, okay, I know like people be like, no, we want none of them to start all over with a new coach and all that, whatever. But hey, we're in a psychedelic
answer.
We're in a psychedelic trip right now, okay?
I'm gonna surprise everybody with this answer.
Okay, now look, okay. 2 former head coaches going toe-to-toe to go for the Raiders job one more time. John Gruden going for his 3rd stint. Jack Del Rio trying to come back for his 2nd stint. Jack Del Rio turned the team around in his only try in 3 years. John Gruden in his first tenure in 1998 when he came in. It took him 2 years, and then they got to the championship game in 2000, of course, going against one of the top defenses in the Ravens. One Shannon Sharp long play away from going to the Super Bowl, and of course that was a flag, Saragusa. But both 62 years old, John Gruden, 25 NFL coaching experience. Jack Del Rio, 23 head coaching experience. John Gruden, 15. Jack Del Rio, 12. They both had coached 2 teams. Of course, John Gruden was Raiders, Buccaneers, and he came back to the Raiders. Jack Del Rio got his chance with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then he came to the Raiders. John Gruden was head coach for the Raiders for 8 seasons. He had 4 in the first year, and then he had
elegant. There's sexy Seahawk. Oh my God, you just shut me up.
And then Jack Del Rio had the 3 seasons. John Gruden was 60 and 57. Jack Del Rio was 25 and 23. Overall, in their NFL career as head coach, John Gruden is 5-4 in the playoffs, and of course, he got the Super Bowl against us. Jack Del Rio was 2-3. He got us to the Super Bowl, but he got us to the playoffs. But of course, there was Derek Carr against the Colts, broke his leg on that Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
it was today, about 10 seasons ago, 10 seasons ago, whatever, 2016.
10 seasons ago.
John Gruden last was in the NFL in 2021, and Jack Del Rio was last in the NFL with the Commanders in 2023. And you know how this is kind of relevant too at Christmas, because Jack Del Rio is now the head coach out in Europe for the Elf League. Literally, it's called the England League Football or something like that. European League Football, England. So Jack Del Rio or John Gruden Asylum. Who is your vote?
Okay, I'm going to say 2 things to this. I know where you're going with all this. First and foremost, Sexy Seahawk, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to our channel. We love having other fandoms on here, regardless of what you have to say. You are more than welcome to be here. On that note, this is probably going to be a surprise because of how I have made it clear how I felt when it came to this particular coach. You know, going with everything. But my only choices... Thank you, Sexy. I appreciate that.
Hey. Thank you.
Thank you. We love talking shit. So, you know what? You're all good in my book.
Yes.
But,
and this is the cage match. So, that means that's what we do. Okay.
And people who've been watching the show long enough know me and know how I feel about this coach. But my only choices, if I understand this correct, is Del Rio and Gruden, correct?
Yes.
I'm going with Jack Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio!
Now,
I don't have any. I wish I had sound effects.
The reason for that, as I have made it perfectly clear, I have said Jack Del Rio would never take us to the Super Bowl. But Jack Del Rio was the one who turned the culture around in Oakland. Right? But this is what I'm getting with Jack Del Rio. Del Rio fixed all the problems, got the team turned around, changed the culture, and was headed the right direction. No. I love Gruden, but Gruden, only Super Bowl win, he had to take over somebody else's team.
And it was against his former team.
Del Rio, I do believe, has 1 Super Bowl win, correct?
As a linebackers coach.
Okay.
For the 2000 Ravens.
For the 2000 Ravens. But, so he was there. So, he understands what it takes. So he was there, not as a head coach, but he did turn that team around. In 2016, you got to remember, 2002 to 2016, that team, it was straight. I know it wasn't a bunch of 2-4 teams and shit, but they were garbage. We were not winning a lot of games.
No.
We were not winning a lot of games. And in 2016, 2014, if I remember correctly as well, started getting wins. 2016, we were supposed to be bottom of the fucking barrel. We were supposed to be like, in the 30s. Remember, there's only 32 teams. Right? But we're supposed to be in the 30s when it came to that. And he came out slugging. Del Rio knows what it will take to turn this team around. You can't put a strong GM with Del Rio, and he can make it work. He's going to say, this is what you're giving me. I will make this work. Gruden, as much as I love Gruden, in this particular case, Del Rio is the answer. And how many did the Sea Chickens win? How many did the Sea Chickens win?
Sea Chickens.
How many did the Sea Chickens win?
Well, of games or of what are you talking about?
Super Bowl. No, it's right here.
Oh, yeah.
How many did the Sea Chickens win? I'll put you up on here.
1-1.
How many did the Sea Chickens win? You want to be talking Super Bowls.
You know what? I am for. I wish. Okay, let me start over.
And yet we won. What was it? We won 3 and went to 5.
Yes. Lost Super Bowl 2 against the Green Bay Packers, then Super Bowl 11 against the Vikings, Super Bowl 15 against the Eagles, Super Bowl 18 against the Redskins, and then, of course, the Super Bowl 37 was against, like you said,
we got our ass handed to us.
Yes.
Thank you, Gruden.
But, you know.
The Rams. Now, you ain't going to silence me over that bullshit. Pete Carroll lost that second one because he didn't know how to fucking call a play.
You know, it's funny because we ended up with him.
It's funny that this happened. You want to talk about this here. You want to talk about that second Super Bowl? Pete Carroll forgot how to use his running back in that Super Bowl and has continued the rest of his career. Right? He does not know how to use the running back he's got now because this running back should have over 300 fucking carries, but it's not there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you really want to put all this on Pete? Hey, even a blind dog finds a bone every once in a while. And Pete is that blind dog.
Well, I would, you know, and everyone.
I'm only doing this for content. I love you.
There's no O-line.
No, okay. I completely agree for that. I agree with you 100%. Our O-line is straight fucking garbage. A high school team could beat our O-line. I'm not disagreeing with you there. But who's in charge of the O-line? Pete Carroll's son. And Pete Carroll does not have the balls, the huevos, the manos to fire his own fucking son. So therefore, that falls on Pete Carroll and why our O-line is the way it is.
We got a new name for him. Brenda. Yeah,
that nice. Hey, I could play offensive line better than some of these guys have been playing. I'm not going to disagree because you know what? I'm going to ignore what my fucking offensive line coach is saying to me. I'm going to do what got me into the NFL and do my job.
It's just, anyways.
Okay, so does Pete Carroll have 4 years? Pete Carroll doesn't even have the 4 years there at Seahawks. Pete Carroll is going to be done most likely after this year. But even if he ran out his contract, he's going to rebuild the team. Maybe, and I'm talking about maybe. We're talking about Santa wish maybe on here. Get to making things better, and then his ass is gone. So we're right back in this mess. So it don't matter. Pete Carroll, the game has passed Pete Carroll by. It's proven with his hands in the offense when he had an offensive coordinator more than capable enough of handling the job. And a defensive coordinator playing cover 3. What is it? 60% of the time? I think is what the numbers are, something like that, which is outdated. There is a such thing as a time to give this shit up. And unfortunately, Pete Carroll don't understand it's time to give the shit up.
Yes, so it is what it is with Pete Carroll. But I'm saying is with Jack Del Rio, the only thing that what messed him up was he ended up firing Musgrave and not firing I'm forgetting his name, the boxer's son, Ken Norton Jr. as your defense coordinator. You promoted Todd Downs to offensive coordinator, and that's when the offense just tanked. Now, I don't, I know there was the whole thing in Washington.
We're talking about Del Rio?
Jack Del Rio. The year after. And I know you talk about if we would have pulled Derek Carr in that game against the Colts because we had that game. That game was won.
It was handedly won.
Yes.
Handedly.
But with all that, when I saw this, I'm all like, you know what? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Hold on. I want to know your answer to this.
I know. I'm getting to that.
Getting to it. Just fucking answer the question.
I will as I'm building it up. Dag nabbit. Okay, it's Christmas Eve.
Here. You're not your
Dag nabbit. Dag nabbit. We're gonna bring Phillip Rivers to carry this team as your quarterback. Dag nabbit. No. So, anyways, you know what? Now when I saw this, I said, okay, we already had Gruden twice. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's get Jack Del Rio a second time too. Can you do it? Can you bring this team back? Can you? But then it's the same argument though, Assam, like you said, where the Pete Carroll thing was supposed to be is I'm going to build this team to hand it off. Are we talking Jack Del Rio to build this team to hand it off? Okay, or are we trusting Jack Del Rio?
Jack Del Rio is young enough. He can continue beyond if it works.
Yeah.
He is young enough to continue it beyond if it works. Okay? If you give him the 5 years and it's being successful, he can't continue it on. And the other reason I'm going to say Jack Del Rio, did you see the passion right there to come back as a Raiders coach?
Yeah.
He wanted it more than anything. He's all, just bring me back.
He said, you guys don't know the Raiders like I know the Raiders.
He finished what he started.
He said,
and Alex says it, Jack's 62, not 74. We got at least 10 years out of Del Rio right there.
Jack Del Rio said,
am I freaking fucking up?
He said, I know the Raiders. You guys don't know the Raiders. Yeah, you've been here. He said, Jack Del Rio said, I know the Raiders. I grew up with the Raiders. I was a Raider fan. I was there. I did it once. I can do it again. I'm sorry, John Gruden. You came back the second time. You didn't get the same magic as I did. I'm sorry, Pete Carroll. You're a raw college coach, whatever you did. Oh, look, he left. All that work, it's not working. I can bring this back. I can take it over, and I can do it again. Hey, you're back.
Sorry about that.
I can do it again. But Jack Del Rio said, you know what? I'm calling all you guys. I'm calling out Gruden. I'm calling out Pete Carroll. I can take this team over because you guys didn't give me a shot. And he said, Mark Davis said, hey, if Gruden becomes available, so he said, hey, no hard feelings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No hard feelings. It was never a secret. It happened. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all amped up now. Y'all got me all amped up between Sea Chicken and now this bullshit. Got me all amped up. But no, I mean, that's the thing. There's no hard feelings there. He does not have hard feelings against Mark Davis. So he's not going to come in and try to do, which has been talked about quite a bit with McDaniels.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Tank because maybe he doesn't like the team. He just did this to make it look bad. Kind of a situation. I feel from that interview, and I'm only basing it off this interview here. I have not heard much more. I don't get to talk to the man, face to face, because trust me, I would ask him some questions. I would ask him some questions, but it feels like he wants to finish what he started with the Raiders.
Yeah.
He started something and he wanted, and maybe he proves me wrong. And trust me, I hope he does. Maybe he can go to that Super Bowl and win that Super Bowl. Maybe he can. But you know what? That heart that's right there, that, in there, the fact that he would give up, what'd you say, the elf league that he's in right now?
The elf league.
Up in a heartbeat. Mark Davis, make that fucking call.
Maybe it's a sign, Santa Claus would get one of his elves, Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio reminds me of? Jack Del Rio reminds me of.
Brady can't be fired, though. Learn about ownership. Ownership cannot be fired.
I feel like Jack Del Rio, he reminds me of Shooter McGavin. You just gotta give him that chance, man. Okay, you gotta give him that chance, man. All right, let him get that gold jacket. Okay, he was right there and he got taken away. Okay, Shooter McGavin. That's what he reminds me of. And
Hey,
then,
you know what's funny? I just watched Happy Gilmore 2 last night.
and he got his chance. Okay, let him do it again. Let's see, 40. We got like 20 minutes.
I gotta make sure I'm
15
done
minutes.
within our 2-hour time frame, though.
Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's just wind it down. Okay, we gotta talk about fantasy. We gotta talk about fantasy as much as it hurts me. As much as it hurts me, let's talk about fantasy. I will play, since you're on protest, I got it right here. Fantasy talk. Here we go. Wait, this one. Sorry, we had to go back to the ring. What all happened? Now, last week, we were over here. Me and Jeff were in the Super Bowl, or in the fumble. So I lost, man.
I want to answer Sexy Seahawk here. Come back on. We can't do next Friday, right? Because of just that's usually a certain show. Come back next Wednesday. I'll bring you live. We'll continue this debate if this is what you want. I will bring you on and go head to head with you.
Oh, the cage match.
I will go head to head with you over Pete fucking Carroll. We could do this. Just saying. Okay. Back to fantasy fucking football under protest.
You wouldn't debate me alive on air.
Hey, you last time wrong because you know what? There's a reason why Peggy's been on this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say
I was ready to take that woman head on until the Raiders made it not possible.
So what we're saying is Sexy Seahawk. You might end up a regular on our show. That's what happened the last time. Peggy is now a regular on our show. You might be another regular. So get the contract ready. All right, running away. Okay, now Asylum. I know you're under protest. I can see you're still with the clothes, whatever. All right, let me get my music. All right. Now, I lost. What's up, Demi King? I lost. Merry Christmas. I lost to Mean Machine, man. I lost to Jeff, 128 to 112, man. It was like the worst feeling because it was at the end of it all on Sunday Night Football. So the game was over Sunday Night Football. We had two kickers, but he already had like a 10-point lead. And I was hoping, okay, my kicker, he can kick field goals, and we can do it. And the same fate happened to Arcadio the week before, where the kickers just couldn't do it. And my kicker, Loop, had a 56-yarder, and he was like 5 yards short on that first kick, and I knew right then the game was over. Jeff gets the belt. The belt's going across country. Wait. Let's look at this. Let's see how we got here. Pig had to bye with Bang Bang. Other gang, Arcadio had to bye. I went to go against Edward. My friend Edward, I just learned the foosball. I beat him. Mean Machine took care of business with the interim.
Seahawk, it is generally 5 p.m. your time we start.
What is that, a bomb in the background? Oh, that's us. That's me over here. You know what? That's why I'm so mad. I'm setting up the fire alarm over here. The next round, I go against Pig. I was the underdog. I took care of business on that one. Mean Machine and Bang Bang took it all the way to the kickers. And, of course, that's how he won again on this last one. It was all to the kicker. Actually, he had a good lead. So Robinson on Atlanta took care of that. over here, the final standings of the Royal Fumble was this was a great season. Great season. Mean Machine takes it all in the first inaugural Royal Fumble League. 7-6. I came in second place, 7-6. Bang Bang Other Gang was 8-5. Pigs Pig 9-4. He started getting hot towards the end of the season, but I took care of business. I got lucky. No, for real, I got lucky on that one. His whole bench went off. He out players. I just got lucky. You got Matt Titties took over. It took over the team, changing everything interim.
The season.
Halfway through the season, and Rich Bisaccia, the team, to the playoffs. I just learned the foosball was running wild, and he got taken care of business by me. Thank you very much. Holy Roller. Sorry, babe. Comes in second place. Asylum was in 8th place. Anna's Angry Team. She started off hot, but injuries decimated her team. She was at 9th place, and I feel bad. I did not do this, Alicia. That was ESPN. She comes in last place. They gave her the toilet paper award. I'm going to say, though it wasn't her fault, she had a great team. Just every time that she would go and play them, they wouldn't perform. Speaking of performance, Asylum, performance anxiety. When they sat on the bench, they went off. So, but I think we're going to have the same teams come back next year. I don't know. Maybe we do a bigger league. Maybe we do a second league. I don't know. But
no, we'll be doing this again. So, what I'm going to say is everybody who's already in here, if you want to be in again, let us know.
Yes.
All right. This was what, a 10-person league?
10-person league, yes.
Okay. The biggest we'll make it is 12. Okay. So,
see, this is why we like. See, I like this comment. Okay, I'm telling you, this person's gonna end up being a regular on the team. Okay, I mean on the team, regular on the show. Watch, it happened to Peggy because of Asylum. Asylum calls it out. Like I see, you let me in. So
hey, you want to be in? Like I said, I have no problem making it to 12. Right. So everybody who wants to be in again, just let us know, and we will have it when the time comes. You know, but Jeff, just know that belt's coming to me. The belt's floating around, and it's going to come to me next. So just be fucking prepared.
Oh yeah, it was a great year, and I was right there. I was right there. Jeff took care of business. I hate you, Jeff. I hate you, Jeff. All right. That's our fantasy recap on that one. I just wanted to go through that because I know some people were invested in the drama that is the fantasy team. Asylum, are you still on protest for reals?
Are we still talking fantasy?
Okay, fine. Let's go back to Christmas. We'll come back.
All right. I told you the season was under protest. And to be fair, I would have won the what the fuck were you calling it? You know, the MIT, right? Or NIT.
Yeah, NIT, yeah.
I would have won that shit if somebody didn't have somebody go off for 46 fucking points.
As you can see, Seahawks.
That's the reason I'm on protest to begin with.
As you can see, Seahawk, I seen you saw earlier that there was actually 2 Niner fans in oh my God. There were 2 Niner fans in this league. So it is not just for Raider fans. We like the extra. I feel like I sound like a Nicolas Cage. We feel like we need the extra rivalries within all of NFC and AFC and outside of Raider Nation. I feel like I got to work on that since he's going to be John Madden.
Fuckers, we love, we love when it comes to the fantasy. No, I mean, we want to make the fantasy league fun. We do.
Yeah.
Raiders fans and other fans are always welcome because, it just makes it interesting. It really does.
Miss you, Bill.
So, if you truly want to be in it, follow our channel. And when fantasy season is coming around, we will put this out there again. But everyone who wants to be in it now, go to put our email up. Send us an email saying you want to be in it. Let the special
Arcadio. We're gonna let a Seahawk fan into the league. Arcadio.
But definitely, this is all for fun. In the end, it really is. We enjoy it and going. We want to make it interesting. So let us know. Okay. All right. Hey, it looks like we might have 12 if everybody else comes back. Put the email up. Savage.
Oh, the email. Yeah. I do that.
Send us an email saying you want to be in for next season so we can start figuring this out now and get everything worked out so we can contact everybody and, be able to go. Because honestly, this was fun, even though I did a lot of it under protest. It was still fun. And a 12 team is going to make the draft or the waivers a lot more interesting.
Yes. I can't wait because I'm sad that I got to send the belt out, especially to Jeff on the other side.
I told you weren't going to keep that damn thing. You cheated, and cheaters never win.
Okay, first of all, what is the first rule? Raider rule number 1.
Hey, hold on. That's Raider football, not fantasy football. Cheaters never win.
What is the first rule?
Cheating is encouraged.
It's injured. What?
I said encouraged.
So I was and Raider rule number 1. I was doing both. Okay, I was seeing rule number 1. Okay, and I didn't cheat. That is just
you did too. You had your hands into 3 different teams.
You know what? Okay, that I don't appreciate. Don't talk about Fight Club. I don't appreciate the allegations. Okay, the alligators that are attacking me when it comes to fantasy football. All right. Oh, that's not okay. First of all, okay. See rule number 1. See, Jeff knows. Okay.
No, that's rule number 2. Jeff, that's rule number 2. He didn't ask that question.
Okay. You know what? I didn't win it, Kay. So I'm off the. I'm off the. No, I didn't win it, Kay. So nothing happened. Nothing happened. Wait, I'm trying to take this off. There it goes. Nothing happened.
I can't wait to see you in there, sexy Seahawk.
That's mean, Kay. This is okay. It's Christmas. Oh, sorry. It's Christmas time. Okay. Okay. All this back and forth talking mess. This is just rude. Okay. I'm done. I quit. You know what?
It's been a great show, guys.
How do you protest? I don't care.
We are getting to wrapping it up, though.
All righty. So we want to thank everybody for watching the Christmas Eve show. And those
hold on. We want to welcome one of our newest people to come watch. They subscribed, sent the email for the league.
Yes.
We plan on seeing you some more, sexy Seahawk. And I'm ready for next Wednesday. You really want to bring it? Let's go, baby.
New step. Hey, first of all, we know about being stepdads, okay? So
yes,
welcome to the league. A lot of us on the league. No, okay, we are certified real life stepdads, okay? So welcome to the league. You've been knighted. All right. That's our show. We want to thank everybody. Merry Christmas. And in
case we don't get the chance to say it, Happy New Year as well. I don't know, how shows are going to be going next, but if we don't get to be able to say it live, don't forget a Happy New Year. Everyone, I hope everyone's safe during this time of year.
Yes.
And just remember, Santa doesn't always give you what you want. Look at us. We got Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I was gonna say he gives you what you need, like coal for the barbecue. That's what we use it for. All right. So yes, I'm gonna upload the CMN after this. If you haven't seen it,
that was the best one yet. I'm sorry.
Burgundy, Santa Claus.
No, it was Andy Reid.
Peanuts Gang. So it was great. And we will see. We got to figure out what we're going to do with this upcoming game. We'll put it out there. We'll figure it out. All right, everyone, take care. Like Asylum said, travel safe, drive safe, do what you got to do with family. And and all the games tomorrow night suck. That's what you get, Pete Carroll, on Netflix and on Prime. They're all backup quarterbacks, and no one's going to the playoffs. In your face. Yeah. Anyways, everyone, take care. And we'll see you next time. We end every game. We end every show like we always do. With a word from Raider Milt, aka Coach Wallace. Me and Arcadio in the comments know him from back in our high school years. We keep his memory alive. So everyone, take care. Merry Christmas and have a good night. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.